What is going on, my Moddism, and welcome back to another video. As you guys can see, I am currently standing outside of the Moddism warehouse. Weather's getting nicer, so I've been driving the Civic around. The main reason why we're here is to do some work on the Skyline. I went to Harbor Freight earlier to pick up some goodies. Got a power drill, my first ever power drill, and a bunch of other stuff like capacitor sockets and hex keys. It's a beautiful day out here in Minnesota, hence why I'm actually at the warehouse, because it's not unbearably cold for once. Oh my goodness. That's right, folks. Today we're going to be doing some more work to the Skyline. I honestly feel bad about how little I've been to the warehouse ever since I started coming here. I think for the past 3 months, I've been here maybe like a total of 5 times. Because as you guys can see, it's just straight up wood. There's no insulation, there's no heater, and it is freaking cold. Like, my feet can't even handle it. But now spring is starting and we're able to get back in here, get some serious work done. I'm super hyped to be able to continue modding the Skyline because it's sat in the same form for about a year or so. And so today we're finally going to be able to unwrap whatever this is. But anyway, like I said, we installed the GTR over fenders in the past. Here's a look from the side angle. As you can see, the rears are definitely wider. So to remedy that, we're going to be installing some vented and widened fenders on the front now. I finally get to open this up and check it out. But honestly, you should be opening up your packages when you receive them just to make sure that there's no damage, and if there is, you can report it. But I am way beyond that window, so now we just gotta hope for the best. Should be a super quick install. If I'm correct, there's like 3 bolts up there, there, and down there where the side skirt is, so we're gonna have to remove that. Really hope there's not a lot of bugs in here, because there's a decent amount of bugs in this warehouse. Oh snap! Yo! Hey! This is my first look at the fenders. Nice! These are super lightweight. So yeah, as you guys can obviously see, we're gonna be installing some fenders on our Skyline here. Here are our 20 to 25 millimeter wider fenders. Personally, I don't remember how wide they are when I bought it, but they even got some cool little vents on the side here, so I think we're gonna change up the styling quite a bit. And the best part, the car's already black, so it's not too noticeable. But looking at this right now, we're gonna have to do some drilling. This is just straight up fiberglass, which is totally fine. Because like I mentioned earlier, we purchased a power drill from Harbor Freight. So we're well equipped and we're ready to go. But of course, before we slap these on, we get to take off our OEM fenders. Ain't no way, look at this ginormous earthworm that I just found. I don't even know how it got inside. It's all dusty. Brother, you need some moisture. The first thing we gotta do is pop the hood, but the only issue is this hood is so freaking hard to open. So today I brought in some WD-40. So the install looks like it's gonna be pretty simple. We have 3 bolts up top, one right here, one here, and one tucked away back here. Hard to see, sorry guys, but it's right here. And coming behind the door, we have one up top right there and one at the bottom right there. And then of course, however many are beneath the side skirt. I literally just bought these from Harbor Freight specifically for this job, but hey, I guess I needed to get it at some point or another. And being that this channel is about relatability and I'm not driving supercars with expensive tools, you know, Harbor Freight, my go-to. I'm not sponsored by them, but if they want to, gladly appreciate it. Hold up, gotta turn the wheel. Yes, I know, my power steering sounds like poop. First things first, we gotta remove our side skirts. I've never seen this car without the side skirts on, so this should be pretty interesting. Got kind of lazy removing the wrap right here, because, you know, I figured I'd be taking the side skirts off at some point, so what better time than now? Yo, that looks kind of funky without the side skirts. I had to go to the store to buy these, but should make our job a whole lot easier now. I'm starting off with the ones behind the door, just because if I take off the ones on top first, there's gonna be a lot of weight on this area, and I think I might bend something. bolt number 1 is out. It's hard to see on camera, but surprisingly, it's not too rusted. I love any opportunity I get to use my power tools. We got an A10 wart plug up in here. So underneath, we have the 2 bolts that we needed to access underneath the side skirts. One here and one here. And then I think I need to remove the corner light. I don't know if there's one more holding it in place, but it's pretty secure up here. There we go. Ah, it's 2 bolts down here. Check it out, we found our last 2 remaining bolts. Right there and right there. What the heck? Bro. It broke. Alright, looks like we gotta take off the bumper too. That was a little too easy. I'll leave it like that. Now that we got a clear look at everything, looks like we're gonna need to remove these 2 bolts and then this little hidden one. And those should, keyword should, be the final pieces to this puzzle. Ah, finally. That was a bit harder than I expected. So we got our new widened and vented fenders right here. They didn't come with any pre-drilled holes, so I'm gonna have to figure out where to mark it up on here. I haven't used this before, but I picked this up. Should get the job done. I'm not doing any heavy work, so no biggie. Got a brand spanking new battery. Let's see if this fires up. First, we'll start off with our pilot holes. Times like this, I wish I had a shop table. Finally done drilling all the holes into the fender. It's been a few hours, but I would say the fitment looks pretty decent. Check out the gap. Pretty freaking good. Alright, let's see if the door closes. Bam! No interference. Panel gap seems to be pretty consistent all throughout, but you know, it is what it is. Let's check it out with the hood closed. Oh man, that looks so good. I'm pretty satisfied with it. So here is a peek at the panel gap from top to bottom. Honestly, I would say it's pretty consistent. Definitely has some inconsistencies, but that's the nature of fiberglass. Now taking a look at the hood and fender gap, pretty consistent all throughout. I'd say it's solid. I am absolutely covered in fiberglass and my hair is a mess because I got gloves on, but next up we have to do a little bit of sanding. Specifically in this area, if I try to mount the corner light, it kind of bumps this little edge right there. So we're just gonna use a Dremel and trim that off. Your boy is all decked out in Harbor Freight stuff. I went to go back to Harbor Freight, of course, today to pick up this Dremel. I don't really know how to set it up, so I'm gonna spend some time figuring that out. But hey, looking nice. I also discovered this ginormous dent when I removed the side skirts. I didn't cause that, but you know, No biggie, because this car's always gonna have side skirts on to cover that up. Speaking of side skirts, we should probably slap this one back on. This whole process has definitely taken a lot longer than I thought it would, specifically because of all the drilling and fitment. And I know it does sound a bit outrageous that it's taken me a few hours just to fit one of the fenders, but I'd rather not rush and just take my time to make sure that it looks good. And now that it's finally on the car, I would say I'm pretty satisfied with the results. Oh man, that's looking way more complete. I really like how with the widened fenders, it kind of matches up more with the side skirts, because before on the stock fenders, the side skirt protruded out significantly, and this kind of just makes everything flow a lot better. I just got to trim up the corner light housing, and then the driver's side is officially done. I just cut my dragging fender liner with the Dremel. Yo, this thing is powerful. So now we're gonna need to trim this little portion because the corner light housing has this fin. I guess it's like a little guide fin, and it's just making contact. But so far, the little mock-up looks good. Definitely wear a respirator if you have one. I forgot to buy one. Probably gonna have to trim a little bit off of the actual corner light because this part is pretty big. All right, everyone, hold your breath, squint your eyes. Oh, that's money. It's not too bad. It's actually the headlight housing that's a little bit off. Maybe in the future I'll just toss the spacer behind the bracket and push it out a little bit. For the most part, looks pretty good. We are finally all done with the driver's side. Now I can go ahead and knock out the passenger side. I got a bit of a better idea of what to do, but I feel like it's still gonna take a long time just because of all the drilling. But anywho, let's knock it out. Before we hop into that, if you guys are enjoying this video, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Oh, that one just broke. Whatevers. That was way faster than the first time. So it's a few hours later, finally got 90% of it on the car. But now I'm gonna drill some holes into the fender so that way we can mount the side skirts. Then we just gotta mount the corner light and then the bumper, and we should be completely done. All right. Whew. You should put double-sided tape so it doesn't do this, but I have a feeling I'm gonna take it off when I rewrap the car anyway, so I'll leave it as is. All right, so let me show you guys what I've been up to. Y'all ready for this? I'm pretty proud of my work. Boom. And now we gotta go ahead and review. Okay, that's actually not too bad. I can't lie, guys, this fender was a pain to work with because it's drastically different than the driver's side one. The driver's side one was pretty, not A1, maybe A2. This is like A3, A4. Look at that gap right there, man. And that's not anything to do with the fitment of the corner. Like, that's literally just how the fiberglass construction is. But I guess in the future I'll just fill it. Unless I get super lazy and I just put some sealant right there. Here's an up close close look at everything. The side is pretty tight back there. There's that gnarly gap I was telling you guys about. Yeah, the headlight to corner light fitment, there's a little bit of sagging, but if I put it on top of the bracket, it would just stretch it way too much. It's not gonna be perfect, still looks decent. Well, it didn't really work out and I'm getting tired, so I'm just gonna keep on going and slap on the bumper. Time to get that custom fitment again. Snip. My goodness, that gap right there is atrocious. Pretty freaking nice. Oh my goodness. It's not too shabby, guys. Not too shabby. I'm pretty satisfied. I can't lie, guys. This whole install was pretty strenuous, but we finally got it done. I'm gonna leave the grill off for now because I know that I'm gonna wrap the car in the near future and it's just gonna get in the way. It looks pretty freaking good. Of course, R32s have that natural bumper gap. I don't know why. It's a bit more exaggerated right now with the aftermarket fenders, but other than that, the driver's side looks absolutely amazing. All the gaps are pretty consistent all throughout, even with the corner light housing. But when we get over to this side, short right there, the gap is even crazier right there. And there's a crazy gap right there too. The door gap is, I try to get it as consistent as I could. It's just not exactly the best, but the doors do open without scraping on anything, so that's a dub. In the next video, I'm gonna be measuring out some proper fitting wheels with this wheel measurement tool I got off of eBay. We're currently on some 17-inch buddy clubs, and I do want to step it up to 20, not 20, 18s. But now that the fenders are done, we are one step closer to getting this car wrapped, and I have a pretty cool color in mind. I think you guys will love it. That's gonna be all for this video. I am absolutely exhausted. As always, I really do appreciate you guys tuning in and just taking the time to show love. And if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button so I get some proper feedback on what you guys like and dislike, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Huge thank you and shout outs to the Moddism community always for being the coolest. And if you guys want to learn more about Moddism or represent us to the world with hoodies like this or banners like that, which we actually just restocked on the website, be sure to check out moddism.com, link in description below. That is where you'll find everything. One last look at the car. I'll see you guys next time, but until then, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and I'll catch you guys soon.